Welcome back YouTube. We are still in the Team Chronicle event. We are actually 29 and 4 right now, I believe. Also, my setup is finally done, so I'm working on 2 screens again. I gotta get used to you guys being up there. Let me know in the comments if this camera angle is completely crap, but I couldn't really find another way where to put it. So yeah, we're still playing Cubics, and I still highly suggest everybody to play this deck. I want to show you another replays again. Let's dive straight into that, okay? So we got another Dark Side of Dimensions replay video. We're playing Aigami versus Kaiba, and again, we are Aigami, and we are on the winning side of that. So, my opponent is playing Blue Eyes, obviously. He's playing Kaiba in this part. He sets on a pretty easy board. I will fast forward this for you guys. So we play Reasoning and we mill absolutely nothing. So we just bring out Nova straight away. And our opponent actually had a trick up its sleeve, which is really cool. So there is Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now that is really cool. I have not seen that yet since I play Master Duel, so that is just awesome, guys. Honestly, this event, the decks it brings out is amazing. I am having the time of my life. So we are bringing Vajam back, and we are actually setting Dharma to mill a Karma. But I forgot that if you use the pot, you cannot draw anymore. So that didn't work. Now we actually get the mill. Also, we pull another Reasoning. We mill a lot of cards this time. So this is exactly what we needed. But our opponent doesn't just roll over and die yet. So still milling. Unification, Wave, Ascension, a lot of great cards just to have in your graveyard. Now we have 2 monsters on the field, and we actually opt to go into Underclock Taker. So we can actually bring the attack of the Neo Dragon down and get the attack of our Nova up. Little did I know, because I am not that familiar with his deck either, that he had another one in the graveyard, and that can actually negate and destroy my Underclock Taker. So from here I just boost my attack a little bit, just so a normal Blue Eyes doesn't, well, at least equal it or whatever. Now my opponent is actually prepared for that. So from here, this is starting to become a cool duel, guys. So I will slow it down a little bit, because he actually brings up his own attack of his dragons. He knows what he is doing. We have Unification, so we can actually put another card down. And actually, Egera is wonderful for this situation, because he will bring out 2 Vajams. And this is where the sad part of the duel comes, because my opponent actually decides to scoop here. And I would have loved to see where this would have gone, and I really wanted to battle this one out. So our next duel is against a deck I am once again not familiar with. A lot of Sun, let's call it Sunseed. I don't know. I don't know the name of this deck. I have seen it multiple times, and I'm starting to understand how it works. So from here, this is important to know. This card, it does not allow his plant monsters to take damage. So we need that negated. We want an OTK. We need it gone. And then there is this one that makes sure your plant monsters do not get destroyed. So those are 2 things we have to get rid of straight away. Now we start milling again with Reasoning. Let's see what we mill here. Okay, here I got scared a little bit because I wasn't familiar with it. But my opponent just makes sure his effects of his monsters are working by having more life points than us. Now, here we actually use the droplet. to negate that monster. We mill Dharma and we actually get Duza back to our hand. Duza allows us to mill another card. We mill Karma to get Nova to our hand. It is all about the milling here. We show 3 cards, we summon Nova, and Nova is gonna go crazy. So we boost our own Nova and then we use Cubic Wave to negate his monster. Start doing a lot of damage, but we cannot get the OTK just yet because my opponent has a defensive card there. So he saved himself a turn, although I can leave it on fast forward here. He is trying to climb back into this, but he quickly realized he can't, guys. Cubics is just too offensive. We have a 6k monster on the field and it's just gonna stay at 6k damage. Third one, let's use a classic OTK here. So I gotta say, guys, a lot of times because we try and go second, a lot of our opponent think we are Crusadia, which we're actually going up against right now. And they don't put anything on the field to like not give us something to do double damage on. And well, unfortunately for them, we can just do the damage output really easily if they do not summon a monster. So I will fast forward my opponent's build up plays here. So okay, cheers for going into Acumax. I think this is the battle where I actually learned that Acumax can negate a card and not just a monster. So if you didn't know that either, remember that. We learned another lesson today. My opponent actually ashes Karma, which is a fantastic ash, to be fair. So we show 3 cards. We did not show the wave. We bring the wave. That would have been 5k damage plus another attack. That is a classic OTK. Last battle for today. And we're going up against, I think it is the loner deck, Beetroopers. I have actually seen a lot of players being really good with this deck. So kudos to all you guys like nailing Beetrooper out there. I'm sorry we just knock you over every time, but I've seen people really know what they're doing with the combo lines and everything. So that is really cool. And this guy actually just doesn't roll over and die either, so that's why we picked this battle as our last. Fast forwarding. So that is a problem, guys. Did you see that? That is retaliating C. That means if we use reasoning, all our cards get banished, and we do not want that. So reasoning is out here. We can't use it. So we are lucky enough to still get some Novas. We can do fast forward a little bit. So there is Nova, and we boost it up. Now, here is a lot of damage, that's for sure. And I thought it was smooth sailing, but my opponent has a trap card. And that trap card is a problem, especially for our Crimson Nova. We make a defensive play by negating his monster. Which one is this? Beetrooper Sting Lancer. So a cubic counter, guys, it cannot activate its effect and it cannot attack. So that's what I mean with going defensive. My opponent goes into Nightmare Phoenix, destroying our droplet, which is fine. We do not need it. I also don't want to opt for it to waste a card just to save a card. Makes no sense. And we wouldn't save it anyway because we use it. He just keeps going back to Beetrooper armor. That was the retaliating C, so that allows us to make plays. We wanted that gone. Very important. Alright, just fast forwarding to this place. He is going to finish up with the boss monster again. So there it is. Giant Beetrooper is back on the field. And we eat a lot of damage, guys. So from here, my opponent got really close. But he is on a lifeline as well. And now, Beetrooper Fly and Sting, that is back on the field. So at any given chance, he can negate and destroy a monster, which means Nova is in trouble to get the burn damage done. It could just attack in the Nightmare Unicorn, but when it wants to burn the damage, it will be negated and destroyed. So we need to find a way and force that trap card. This is actually a great duel as well. This is what I mean with, guys, some of you are nailing this Beetrooper. We're milling, and as soon as we start milling, we get all the good stuff. So let me fast forward through milling a little bit. Unification, great to have in the graveyard. I also saw Ascension, which is good. Casualty is great. And there is Arduza, which mills a card of our choice. Obviously, we're mostly going for that Karma. We can get one Cubic out, like one Nova. He is out. From here, we use another Karma. And I believe we pull Gyra. Yep, we do. So Gyra is on the field for two reasons. It can go into Vajam, like two Vajams, and it does burn damage. So in this case, guys, we went with our two Duzas and we made Dugares. And Dugares is gonna win us the game, because Dugares is gonna discard 2 just to double the attack of our Nova. And our opponent will get one-shotted with that. So he has to use that trap card. Desperate times call for desperate measures, okay? He had no choice. So now it's up to us to finish this game. And we want to get a Duza back with a Dharma to summon a second Nova. But he is on to us. So he had a call by. I'm actually relieved with that, because I have a plan already. I am putting a Cubic counter on his Unicorn, activating Casualty from the graveyard. So if we destroy a monster with a Cubic counter, we will do the attack as a burn damage. From here, we sacrifice Nova for Gyra. We just use this for you never ever know. We get Duza back, but the burn damage from the Gyra wins us the game. So guys, one of those 4 losses was another misplay of me, but we are 27-4 with this deck. This will be another one of me. If you want to get these wins, I know it is not that good ranked anymore, but play Cubics. It is 3 URs, just 3 URs. You will get through the games very fast. Hopefully you're still enjoying Cubics. I will see you guys next time. Take care, YouTube.